So this woman is 4 months pregnant, right? She's in the hospital fighting for her life. And her husband decides that's the perfect time to move his brother's entire family into their house. Welcome back to Yardie Confessions, where we read stories that make you want to file for divorce immediately. I'm your host, DCS. Let's get into this disaster. Okay, so we got a 26-year-old woman, first pregnancy, and it's been rough. We're not talking about cute morning sickness where you hold your mouth and look delicate. Nah, we're talking about passing out, hitting her head, doctors admitting her to the hospital for a week. They told her she was close to septic shock. Septic shock. That's we might lose you and the baby territory. So she's in there, fighting for her life, thinking her husband is at home, worried sick, praying, lighting candles, whatever. Plot twist. He was not worried sick. He was moving his brother's entire family into their house. 2 of their 3 bedrooms, gone. Her office, thrown into their bedroom like a tornado hit it. Papers everywhere. So she finally gets discharged. She comes home, still weak, still pregnant, still recovering from almost dying. And what does she walk into? Trash. Dirty clothes. Used diapers. Her house looked like a frat house after a 3-day bender. Her office, the place she works, tossed into their bedroom like somebody's storage unit. She starts crying. Because of course she does. She's hormonal, she's traumatized, she's exhausted. And you know what her husband says? It wasn't that bad. Bro, there are used diapers in the living room. Used diapers. That's not that bad. That's a health code violation. So she's crying, overwhelmed, and she tells him, fine, then you should have the house cleaned up before I wake up. Seems reasonable, right? She's pregnant, almost died, just wants to sleep in a clean house. She sleeps for 4 hours. 4 hours. That's a nap. She wakes up, goes to get water, and can't find a clean glass. They didn't clean a single thing. Not one dish, not one diaper, not one piece of trash. So what does she do? She starts washing dishes herself, while pregnant, while recovering from septic shock, while her husband is, where? Next morning, she's trying to work from home, the job that pays for this house, and the brother's kids are going insane, crying non-stop, banging on walls, running around like they've never seen indoor spaces before. And where's their mom? The brother's wife? She's in her room, for hours, ignoring her own children, just vibing, while this pregnant woman is supposed to be resting but is instead dealing with their chaos. So when husband comes home from work, and yes, he was at work all day while his pregnant wife dealt with this, he has the nerve to be upset with her. He says she didn't make his brother's wife feel welcome. He expected her to help with their kids, to babysit, while she's recovering from almost dying, while she's 4 months pregnant, while she can barely stand. So she does what any reasonable person does when their husband has lost his entire mind. She calls her mom. Mom shows up, and she's not alone. She brings 3 brothers. The cavalry has arrived. They walk in and start cleaning this disaster because apparently the husband and his family forgot how brooms work. And now the husband is upset. Now he's mad. Because she called her mom, because she embarrassed him, because she got help when he refused to give it. Sir, SIR, you moved the whole family into your pregnant wife's house without asking while she was dying in a hospital, and you're embarrassed that she called her mom to help clean? The audacity, the unmitigated gall. Let's break this down. First, he moved people in without asking. Not, hey, can my brother stay for a night? Nah, whole family, 2 bedrooms, while she was unconscious in a hospital bed. That's not helping family. That's disrespecting your wife. Second, he expected her to clean and babysit after she almost died. After doctors said you could have gone into septic shock. He looked at his pregnant, traumatized wife and thought, yeah, she should do dishes and watch kids. Third, he's mad at her for getting help when he created the problem, when he refused to fix it, when he let his family trash their home and expected her to be the maid. And the brother's wife? The one he wanted her to make feel welcome? She was hiding in her room while her kids destroyed the house. That's who he's defending. That's who he's prioritizing over his pregnant wife. So what should she do? I'll tell you exactly what she should do. Pack her bags. Go to her mom's. Stay there until the baby comes. Because this man has shown you exactly who he is. Someone who will prioritize his brother's comfort over his wife's life. Someone who thinks in sickness and in health means you clean while I invite people over. She almost died. She almost lost the baby. And his response was to create more stress, more work, more chaos. That's not a partner. That's an anchor, and she's drowning. To everyone watching, if your partner makes your hardest moments harder, they're not your partner. They're your burden. Cut the rope before it pulls you under. All right, that's my reaction. Drop a comment. What would you do if you came home from the hospital to find your house invaded? Would you call your mom, your cousins, the police? And men, if your wife was pregnant and hospitalized, would you A, clean the house and pray, or B, move your whole family in and expect her to serve them? If you picked B, reevaluate your entire existence. If you've got a Yardie confession you want me to react to, send it my way. I read everything. Until next time, protect your peace, protect your space, and don't let anybody turn your home into their hotel. I'm out. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. New Yardie Confessions every day. Trust me, the next one is even wilder. Peace.